Hey, welcome. Let's see if this is working. Hopefully it is. I think this is working. I think we're live now. So hi everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to be talking and jumping on here today with you. As you're hopping on, say hi. If you're catching the replay later, comment replay. Let me know where you're watching from. And comment as we go. Drop anything down, any questions as I'm sharing, anything you resonate with. I want to connect with each and every one of you. So today I'm really talking about how to reach that next level in your life and in your business without actually stressing yourself out or burning yourself out, okay? Because I don't know about how many of you, and so many are female entrepreneurs in my audience, ladies who get caught in the masculine hustle and the force and really getting stuck in this paradigm of having to make things happen. And as I shared yesterday on my live, one of the biggest things that has helped me in my life and business was actually learning how to balance and incorporate those feminine characteristics as well. So if you haven't checked that, go check that replay out after. But yeah, let's dive in. So before we get started, those of you who are serious about making a really big difference in the world, you want to continue to increase your impact, your income, to help more people, to just continue scaling your mission and your vision on the planet, but you are feeling stuck in the mindset blocks, in the unworthiness or the insecurities, or maybe self-sabotaging, or maybe you don't even know what's keeping you stuck, but you know that there's something there. Quite a few of you I talked to yesterday actually were like, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that there's something under the surface that is causing me to block myself. So if that is you, and you're wanting to know how to shift that, how to get out of that place, then I'm going to drop the link down below for a clarity call with me. I would love to chat and share with you, really help get a clear picture, clear action plan in place for how you can hit that next level without sacrificing yourself, without all of the stress, the struggle, the force, the burnout, and really feeling in control and confident in yourself along the way. So I'm dropping that link there, and then let's get into this. So I was actually reflecting on it this morning, and I think so many of you, let me know if you can relate to this, okay? I grew up watching my dad run his business, and there were so many things that I was inspired by that, but there was also a lot of really big blocks and programming that was created from it. And I noticed the amount of sacrifice that he made in his business in order to make money, in order to reach more people, in order to create the growth and that kind of scalable business that he desired. And so what I've noticed and what I've had to work through the last few years since starting my coaching business was seeing the way that that programming really played out. So let me know if you can relate, but I know my dad for years and years was so stressed, so overwhelmed in his business. He felt so much pressure because there's all these people, there's employees that he's responsible for, there's all the clients that he's responsible for. Obviously he's responsible for himself and for his family. So there's all these things that were weighing down on him, and he never knew, or he never prioritized and spent the time actually taking care of himself. So he was pouring himself fully into this business at the expense of his health, at the expense of his family, at the expense of, just happiness and peace and peace of mind and clarity. And there was just a lot of that force being used. Let me know if you can relate, comment down below, see if a few of you have hopped on. So maybe Aaron, yes, exactly. And it's like, then we end up forcing and trying to make these things happen, but at the expense of our own, maybe mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. And so that was the biggest thing I saw last year. And it was like a wake-up call for my dad and a wake-up call for me, since I've unconsciously been following his patterns with how I've been building my business. And there were a lot of similarities, unfortunately, that I was kind of mapping out myself. And then this wake-up call with his health, and all of a sudden needing like emergency heart surgery and being in a really bad place physically. And it made me realize like that, our health is so much more important, and it's so easy to forget that and get so caught up in the things we want to achieve or the people we want to help or that next level. And it's beautiful. Like there's nothing wrong with that, because those dreams, that purpose, that drive is there for a reason. And I believe we're here to live that out, to create that. But it also can be done in a more sustainable and a more healthy way. And that's one thing I noticed with him in particular. And I've noticed with quite a few other entrepreneurs I've worked with, is that they feel like it's this or this. Like it's either the successful business or the health, or it's either like more money or having a healthy relationship. Like they don't feel like they can have all of it. And so often people get pulled into the next big thing, or increasing that impact or income or the goals and the hustle, but they're sacrificing other things along the way. And those other things at some point do catch up with us, right? And so like what I actually worked on quite a lot with my dad in his recovery was just really looking at like a lot of the beliefs, a lot of the different programming, the things that were under the surface that were making him feel so identified with his business, and so much like his worth and his value was all placed in that. And I know I can relate totally in that when I started my business 3 years ago, all of a sudden I felt like, I am my business, and all of my self-worth is based around that. And thanks, Diana. It's good to have you on here. So like really sacrificing a lot of things, and it's been through the inner work, through the mindset work, through that energetic alignment that has been so crucial in being able to find that balance, because life is stressful and it's easy to get overwhelmed and it's easy to feel burnt out, because we're always in a fast-paced society. There's always more to do on our to-do list. There's more to get done. There's more stresses. But if we don't know how to manage those things, then at some point we're going to hit a breaking point. We're going to hit a cap. And in my dad's case, it manifested, and it was a cap of like physical health, where he was actually physically unable to continue working at that pace. In some people's case, it's like manifesting different struggles or different roadblocks, or like they keep feeling like these things keep going wrong, and they're like, why is this happening? But it's because there's some kind of energetic or belief system that's in place that is getting in the way of, fully having a healthy, sustainable, balanced impact. And so it kind of, sometimes I believe we get sent these things to force us to look at maybe the things, the blind spots, the areas we've been avoiding that do need more attention, more care, more support, in order to create a business that we love, that actually is sustainable. So imagine being able to do your work, do your passion, fulfill all the things you're here to do, and also feel good while you're doing it, and not be feeling stressed, not be feeling all of the burnout. And I truly believe that's possible when we have the awareness and the understanding of how our minds work, and we're able to use our minds to work for us instead of against us. And this comes down to a lot of reprogramming work and a lot of restructuring, because even maybe you said your mom definitely did that as well. And we look at what was the programming that was created from what we saw growing up. So for me, seeing my dad in his business and what it looked like to, have a successful business, well, that became part of my programming and my beliefs. Okay, if I do these things, that's going to get me there. or we're saturated with business coaches and marketers who are saying like, you have to do all these things, or we see the people promoting the hustle and the grind and like, do all this content and do all these things in your business, show up here. And so many people are doing that and then ending up incredibly burnt out and overwhelmed because they haven't taken care of their mental self, and they're not capable, they don't have the capacity to do that much, which like most of us don't, because it's it's a lot. And if we don't know how to manage that pressure in the process, then we can get really stuck, really hung up. So this is making sense to you, and if this is something that you're wanting to shift and you're really wanting to understand how to create more without like burning yourself out, without having to give into that stress, if you're wanting to have a better handle over your mindset, over your beliefs, your energy, so that you can actually like do the things you know you're here to do, but do it in alignment and with ease and grace and flow, and have more of that, balanced masculine and feminine characteristics coming together in your business, which will allow you to quantum leap. It will allow you to shift into that next level, because there's way more alignment from that place, right? If we're just forcing, or if we're overwhelmed and stressed or burnt out, there's no alignment there. So it's a lot harder to get to that next level. Then when we're taking care of ourselves, we're feeling balanced and grounded, and we have mental clarity, the decisions, the ideas, the breakthroughs, the insights, even the action itself is going to be so much easier from that place. So it's so important to have a balance in those. So if this is something you're struggling with and you want support with, and this is really speaking to you, then click that link there and schedule in. You're going to see a time, so you can book in a time and then fill out that application form so that we can talk and we can get on a clarity call, and I can discuss, we can make a game plan, we can see how to elevate and create this kind of balance in your life and in your business, okay? So the quantum leap, the shift, that next level version of you, that next level version of your business ultimately comes from that balanced place, right? And this isn't even about getting like woo-woo, like overly spiritual, but some of the most successful entrepreneurs have used this and have actually kind of like tapped into manifestation without realizing that it was manifestation. But it's that alignment of their beliefs and their energy with their action, because you can take forced action every day. And you can potentially get there. It's probably going to be a struggle because you're forcing, because you're coming from a place of pressure, of stress, of overwhelm, of I have to make this happen. Maybe you're coming from a place of desperation. That was me, and like year one of my business was so desperate to just help more people, but I was operating from fear, and I was making decisions from that desperate energy. And I actually like dug a hole way deeper. Let me know. You can share in the comments if you've ever done that, if there's an example, if this is making you go like, yeah, I've been there too, where I was trying to force something from a place of fear. It didn't end up working out, or it actually took way longer, or sometimes then I've had to backtrack. Whereas if I had done the inner work, if I had focused on getting my beliefs in place, like what are the beliefs that I need to have, and if I could focus on getting my energy back in alignment, coming back into equilibrium in a state of like really balanced and bliss, and confidently knowing, feeling empowered in what I'm doing, without all the stress, without all the noise, that would have catapulted everything. And as I said, I talk about some examples with that on yesterday's live. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend after. So this is really where the magic is. This is really where the power comes from. We can't have a business. We can, but it's not sustainable. If we want a sustainable business, if we want a sustainable impact, if we want to enjoy what we're doing, then I think it's so important to have that balance of the masculine and feminine. Okay? That's what allows that quantum leap. That's what allows that really big shift. And so, again, drop some hearts if this is making sense. And if, as I said, if you're interested in learning more about how to actually do this and you want to have an action plan, you want to chat about setting this up in your own business, in your own life, to really start aligning with your best self, excuse me, and showing up to elevate into that next level, then click that link and schedule in a clarity call. And I really look forward to chatting with you. There's only a few spots, so not everyone is going to get a call. So I want to make sure I'm getting on the calls with the right people, right fit, and those of you who are ready to really make these changes. And I know that I can support you with that. So filling out that application form is absolutely crucial before that call. And you can register for that, the link down below. And then I am going to hop off now, and I'm going to hop on tomorrow with a little bit more. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm so glad that you joined me here. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow.